Every 40 seconds, someone in the US has a heart attack. It's a frightening statistic. But what's even more terrifying is this. What if it happens when you're completely alone? No one to call out to, no one to notice something's wrong. Just you, your body, and a rapidly ticking clock. Hi, and welcome. If you're over 65, this video may be one of the most important things you watch all year. Because today we're going to uncover 7 simple, science-backed actions that could quite literally save your life if you ever find yourself having a heart attack when no one else is around. These aren't medical theories or distant what-ifs. These are real techniques that emergency specialists and heart doctors recommend, but that most people have never been told about. Why? Because so much attention goes to what happens after the ambulance arrives. But what about the minutes before? Those first 10 minutes are often called the golden window by cardiologists. Your actions in that brief window can mean the difference between survival and tragedy. But you have to know what to do and be ready. In this video, we'll walk you through crucial warning signs, body positioning that improves blood flow, breathing techniques that stabilize your heart, and how to prepare your home and habits to give you the best chance of survival, even when you're completely alone. So don't wait. Don't assume you'll have time to figure it out later, because when it comes to heart attacks, later is often too late. If you care about living longer and living well, stay with me. What you'll learn could save your life or the life of someone you love. 1. Recognizing early warning signs. Most people think a heart attack always strikes like lightning, sudden chest pain, clutching your arm, collapsing to the floor. But in real life, it's often far more subtle, and that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. In fact, your body may start warning you up to 24 hours in advance, even longer in some cases. The problem is, many of these early signs are easily mistaken for something else. And for those of us over 65, it's all too easy to chalk them up to just getting older. So what should you look for? Start with unusual fatigue, not just feeling a little tired after a long day, but exhaustion that lingers even after rest. This isn't just aging or poor sleep. It can be your heart telling you it's in distress. Many seniors report feeling off the day before a cardiac event without knowing why. Shortness of breath after minimal activity, like walking across a room or up a single flight of stairs, is another key red flag. If your breathing suddenly feels more labored than usual, pay close attention. Other signs include lightheadedness, cold sweats, nausea, or even upper back or jaw discomfort, especially for women. And here's the critical part. Some heart attacks never cause chest pain at all. The American Heart Association notes that more than half of seniors miss or dismiss these symptoms. It's not because they're careless. It's because we've all been taught to wait for the dramatic, Hollywood-style moment. But real danger can whisper, not shout. The takeaway? Listen to your body. Don't wait for pain to become unbearable. If something feels strange or just not right, treat it seriously. Call for help. It's far better to act and be wrong than to hesitate and lose precious minutes. Because when it comes to a heart attack, the sooner you act, the better your odds of surviving. 2. Immediate actions to take. If you suspect a heart attack. When every second counts, hesitation can be deadly. If you ever feel the early signs of a heart attack while you're alone, your first move must be to call 911. Not later, not when you're sure, but right away. You don't need to wait for dramatic pain. If your gut is telling you something's wrong, trust it. Modern smartphones have built-in emergency features. Most can call for help with just a few taps, or even voice activation. For those over 65, this isn't just a nice feature. It's a life-saving tool. If you haven't already, take 5 minutes after this video to set up your emergency SOS settings. You never know when you'll need them. Once you've called for help, the next priority is positioning your body. Many people instinctively lie flat, but that can actually put more strain on your heart. Instead, adopt a semi-reclined position. Sit upright with your upper body supported at about a 30-degree angle, using pillows or cushions. This eases the heart's workload and improves circulation. Now focus on your breathing. A controlled technique like the 4-7-8 breathing method, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8, can help reduce panic, stabilize heart rhythm, and keep oxygen flowing efficiently. It may feel simple, but in a moment of crisis, your breath is your most powerful tool. And here's something that often gets overlooked. Don't try to tough it out. You're not being dramatic. You're being smart. Acting quickly isn't overreacting. It's proactive survival. In a true cardiac emergency, your window for effective self-help is narrow. These first steps, calling for help, positioning yourself properly, and controlling your breathing, can give you a fighting chance until medical professionals arrive. So let's not leave it to chance. Prepare now. Because when you're alone, knowledge isn't just power, it's protection. 3. How to buy time while waiting for help. And once you've called 911 and taken your initial emergency actions, your next challenge is critical: staying stable while waiting for help. This can be the most stressful part. Minutes can feel like hours, but the right strategies can make every second count in your favor. First, body position matters more than you think. Emergency specialists recommend the recovery position, lying on your left side with your right leg bent forward for balance. Why? This posture reduces pressure on your heart and improves blood flow to major organs. It also prevents choking if you become nauseous or lose consciousness. Resist the urge to pace around or sit upright in a chair. This increases your heart's oxygen demand at the exact time you need to conserve every bit of energy. Next, communicate clearly. When you speak to the dispatcher, use precise words. Say possible heart attack, elderly person, and alone. These phrases often trigger priority dispatch protocols, meaning help arrives faster. Studies have shown that using specific language like this can shave 2 to 3 minutes off response time. And in cardiac emergencies, every minute matters. While you wait, stay still and calm. That's easier said than done, but try this. Visualize a peaceful scene, your favorite beach, a sunset with your grandkids. Anything that lowers stress. Use slow, steady breaths. The mind-body connection is real, and it helps reduce your heart's oxygen demand by up to 20%, according to leading aging experts. Also, if you've created a heart emergency kit with essentials, like aspirin, contact info, and medical notes, keep it within arm's reach. These small preparations can prevent panic and empower you in the most difficult moments. You might feel helpless, but you're far from powerless. With the right posture, mindset, and preparation, you can quite literally buy yourself time, and that time could be what saves your life. 4. Preparing your home and body in advance. Surviving a heart attack isn't just about what you do in the moment. It's about what you've done before the moment arrives. Preparation isn't paranoia, it's power. And for older adults, setting up your environment and your daily habits can be the difference between a close call and a tragedy. Let's start with your home. Could you reach your phone right now if you were suddenly dizzy or short of breath? Make it a rule. Keep a charged phone within arm's reach. Not just in your kitchen or hallway, but beside your bed, your recliner, even the bathroom. These are the places where many cardiac events happen. Also, remove tripping hazards and keep clear paths to doors, phones, and emergency supplies. Consider placing a simple heart emergency kit in an easy-to-access spot. It might contain aspirin, a list of medications, contact numbers, and any relevant medical history. Now, your body. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment to support heart health. The American Heart Association highlights a handful of easy seated exercises that can boost circulation in just 5 minutes a day. Think gentle knee lifts, ankle rolls, and arm circles, movements that may seem small but add up to big benefits when done consistently. And don't overlook nutrition. Your kitchen might already contain powerful heart protective foods. Try incorporating more berries, leafy greens, fatty fish like salmon, and walnuts or almonds. These foods fight inflammation and help maintain flexible arteries, key to avoiding blockages. Hydration matters too. Many older adults cut back on fluids to avoid bathroom trips, but mild dehydration can strain your heart. Sip water regularly, even if you're not thirsty. Finally, stress is no friend to your heart. A few minutes of mindful breathing or quiet reflection each day can lower blood pressure and improve heart resilience. Your daily choices, where you place your phone, what's in your fridge, how you move your body, could be what keeps you alive in a crisis. Make preparation a habit, not an afterthought. 5. Recovering after a heart attack. Surviving a heart attack is only the beginning. What happens in the first 30 days after the event, often called the golden month, can shape your recovery for years to come. This is when your body is most responsive to change, and your mindset matters just as much as your medication. So what does successful recovery look like? First, follow a structured rehabilitation plan. Many hospitals offer cardiac rehab programs tailored for seniors. These include light physical activity, nutritional counseling, and supervised monitoring. Yet nearly 40% of older adults skip or drop out of these programs, often because they feel fine. But feeling okay doesn't mean your heart has fully healed. Commit to the full course. It's like physical therapy for your heart, and skipping it can mean a higher risk of another event. Second, don't overlook the emotional side of recovery. Many survivors experience anxiety, depression, or fear of being alone again. These feelings are completely normal, but if left unchecked, they can actually raise your risk of another heart episode. Reach out. Whether it's a support group, a counselor, or just a trusted friend, having someone to talk to is a key part of healing. Third, take small, daily steps to regain independence. That might mean starting with short walks, gradually spending more time alone, or using smart devices that can monitor your heart and alert help if needed. The goal is to rebuild confidence, not rush back to normal. Finally, rethink your routine. Nutrition plays a major role in heart health during recovery. Add foods known to support cardiovascular repair, like oats, berries, and olive oil, and reduce sodium in processed items. And always ask your doctor before resuming any physical activity. Recovery isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's about building a new normal where you feel safer, stronger, and more in control of your future. You didn't just survive, you now have the power to thrive. 6. Creating your personalized emergency plan. In a true cardiac emergency, preparation is everything. But here's the truth. Most people wait until it's too late to make a plan, and when seconds matter, scrambling for medication lists or emergency contacts can cost you far more than time. That's why creating a personalized emergency plan is one of the smartest, most empowering steps you can take, especially if you live alone. Start with the basics. Write down your medical information, include current prescriptions, allergies, pre-existing conditions, your doctor's name, and emergency contacts. Make copies and place them in 3 critical locations: your wallet, the refrigerator door, EMTs often check there, and by your bedside table. Next, use technology to your advantage. Today's smartwatches and medical alert systems do more than just detect falls. Many can monitor your heart rate, detect irregular rhythms, and even automatically contact emergency services if something seems wrong. If you're not sure which one to choose, ask your doctor or a local senior center for recommendations. You can also set up communication systems with neighbors or family. One clever idea gaining popularity is the Good Morning Check-in, a small sign or light in the window that you change each day to signal you're okay. It's simple, discreet, and it saves lives. If you're concerned about privacy, use prearranged code words with family to signal different levels of concern. A quick message like "Red folder" or "How's Aunt Carol" can let your children know something's wrong without raising public alarm. Finally, review your plan regularly. Medical conditions and medications change, so it's a good habit to update your info every 3 months. Remember, independence doesn't mean going it alone. It means being smart, being ready, and having a system in place that lets you live confidently. Knowing help is just one step away if you ever need it. Preparedness isn't about fear, it's about freedom. 7. Real survival stories that inspire. Sometimes the most powerful proof that something works comes not from statistics, but from real people. just like you, who faced the unthinkable and made it through. Take the story of Eleanor, a 73-year-old retired schoolteacher from Ohio. One morning, she felt an unusual wave of exhaustion while watering her plants. There was no dramatic chest pain, no collapse, just something that felt off. But Eleanor remembered what she'd learned. Unusual fatigue could be a warning. Instead of brushing it off, she called 911, then repositioned herself as instructed in a video she'd once watched. Semi-reclined, calm, focused on her breathing. Paramedics arrived within minutes and confirmed it. She was experiencing a heart attack. Her swift action, calm response, and basic knowledge helped minimize damage and led to a full recovery. Her cardiologist later said that without her quick thinking, the outcome could have been drastically different. Stories like Eleanor's aren't rare. They're becoming more common because more seniors are getting informed and prepared. Another inspiring example is Thomas, 78, who survived a heart attack while home alone and later created a neighborhood emergency network. His system? Simple daily check-ins and shared emergency contacts among neighbors. Since then, 7 lives in his retirement community have been saved using the same methods. These aren't medical miracles. They're the result of knowledge, preparation, and action. And beyond survival, something else happens after these moments. A shift in perspective. Many survivors say their experience helped them slow down, let go of old stressors, and focus more on relationships and joy. Their stories aren't just about escaping death. They're about embracing life. You don't need to wait for a close call to make a change. Use their experiences as inspiration. Let their outcomes fuel your preparation. Because one day your story could be the one that inspires someone else. If you've made it this far, congratulations, because you've just equipped yourself with knowledge that could one day save your life or the life of someone you love. We've talked about the signs to watch for, the actions to take, the posture that supports blood flow, and the breathing that calms your heart. We explored how to make your home safer, how to rebuild strength after a cardiac event, and how real people, just like you, have survived because they were prepared. But here's the truth. Knowledge alone isn't enough. It only works if you act on it. So here's your challenge. Take one step today. Maybe that means setting up the emergency features on your smartphone. Maybe it's moving a phone charger next to your bed. Maybe it's printing your medical info and putting it on your refrigerator, or simply sharing this video with someone who needs it. Whatever your step is, make it now, while the information is fresh and your motivation is high, because we never know when that moment might come. And if you're ready to commit, we'd love to hear from you. Type "prepared" in the comments if you're taking action this week. Hit the like button if you found even one tip valuable. And be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss life-saving information like this again. Your life is worth protecting, your independence is worth preserving, and your future is still full of moments worth living. Be smart, be ready, and never underestimate the power of being prepared.